Hey, I am Irfan, and in this session, I'll highlight important points of IELTS speaking module. IELTS speaking module test duration is 11 to 15 minutes. First of all, some important aspects that you should work on is the fluency, the pronunciation, your accent, and relevancy to the answer to the question. The answer which you give should be relevant, and other than this, your grammar, your sentence structure should be correct. So these are some basic points, okay, which you need to work on to be very good in speaking test. In part 1 of speaking test, this is a recorded test, and there is a trained live examiner sitting in front of the candidate, and all the questions are written. First, the examiner introduces himself and asks the name of the candidate, asks him to show his ID, and then ask other basic questions about his education, about his hometown, about his job, about his education, about his family, okay, about his hobbies, interests, etc. So these are the topics of part 1 basically. And the questions are familiar questions. And the assessment is how you interact with others, with the examiner, how you express your ideas successfully, effectively. Okay. A part 1 duration is 4 to 5 minutes, and answers shouldn't be very long. The length of one answer should be 30 to 40 seconds. Okay. And answers should be comprehensive. Okay. When you go for the test, and be confident. That's very important to be fluent, because if you lose your confidence in that test, so you won't be very fluent, you won't be very accurate, you'll be nervous. Okay. And these are some important aspects of the test which you need to take care. And other than this, in part 1 speaking, the questions which are asked, they actually are about yourself. So the questions which are about yourself, you can answer them very well, because you know about your personality, you know about yourself, about your hobbies, you know about your job, you know about your education. Okay. These are some points which you should work on. And part 2, as far as part 2 is concerned, topic is given, and then the cue card is given. On that topic there are questions asked. Duration of this part is 3 to 4 minutes, and in this part the questions are asked on one topic, and 4 or 5 questions mostly, and the candidate is supposed to answer all the questions together. Okay. In this part, 1 minute is to note down the points, and 2 minutes are allotted for the response to all those questions which are asked in this part 2. Okay. And part 2 is basically long term. First, part 1 is interview and introduction, and part 2 is long term. Okay. And part 3 is 2 ways discussion.